Hey YouTube, namaste and welcome to my channel. I am so sorry to all my subscribers that I haven't been on you guys. I hope you've had a lovely Christmas. Merry Christmas to every single one of you. I really hope you had a lovely one. I, for one, had a really quiet one and it was nice, you know, nothing bad happened. We enjoyed the day, just me and the kids and my mum. And I just become social media free ever since, really, and for a couple of days before, you know. I like to shut off, as you know, but I really feel a little bit like me again today, you know. And as the title says of this video, how to get over heartache, I really feel like I'm in a place now to be able to give some advice because yes, I've just recently experienced a major heartache, and kind of the reason why I started everything that I was doing, because I was healing from this heartache, but I was also putting myself through it all year, you know. And I just wanted to come on today because today is like, I think my energy has shifted over Christmas, I will be honest. Since Christmas Eve, I promised myself that I would push through and I would make an effort for my babies to have a nice Christmas, you know. It's not nice feeling awful and then your children are here seeing it, you know. So I made the effort. We had a lush Christmas, and yeah, my energy just really shifted that day from, do you know what, there is more important things in life than the heartache that I have just been through. And I don't know, just something shifted in me. My priority shifted, my focus shifted back onto myself, you know. And a couple of days later, it's just got easier and easier, and I feel as if this weight literally has just been lifted from my chest, and I can look forward to next year. That's kind of why I want to put this video on, because I want everybody, my wish for everybody would be to feel the way that I'm feeling right now. So if they've gone through heartache, or they've gone through pain, or they've gone through, you know, confusion all year, or even for the past couple of months, I really want you to just let it go with this year. You know, 2021 was a number 5 in numerology. Now, number 5s in tarot, also in numerology, is all about change, all about chaos, all about conflict. It was a year of lessons, and the same as 2020, I guess it was a repeat year. You know, if we hadn't learned from 2019, then that's what we were going to do. We were going to do a leap year because of this massive ascension that we've been going on right now, that has been going on right now. So a lot of us in the collective have been tested, you know, and have had all our maybe karmic lessons and karmic ties and all the rest of it coming up to the surface. I feel all our shadow work, all the things that we've been keeping hidden inside of us, why we do the things we do, you know. And I've gone on this massive journey of self-discovery through it all, you know. First of all, I thought this guy, and I'm not going to go into detail because I really just want to let things go. I want this video to be about letting go and about being excited to be alive again, you know. And I'll go further into that in the video, but yeah, just being able to just breathe and be yourself again has been, I can't even tell you how freeing it's felt. Like, for up to a week before Christmas, I just cried, guys. I just constantly cried. I thought of all the negative. I thought of all the past that I couldn't get back. I thought of all the things that I'd been through. Somebody's looking at me in the window now. So I'm shutting the curtain a little bit. All the things that I've been through. And, you know, I was like, pity party me. And I sat there one day and I thought, you know what? Everything that I'm thinking right now has already happened. It's already gone, you know. It's not a part of my future. There's nothing I can do to change what's happened, but there is everything I can do to change the past, you know, to change my future, so I don't keep on bringing my past into my future. And I guess that was the major thing for me, to be like, you know what, I want more. Even though I may have loved this person, even though I may have had real feelings and real expectations from this person to build a life with and to build a future with, and I believed things that I shouldn't have believed in. I didn't see red flags when I should have seen red flags, you know, even though, and I beat myself up a lot. That's another thing. When relationships break down, I really feel, because we invest so much into it, And maybe you like me and you've had a few. Like 3 of my only relationships, I've only ever been in 3 relationships, and the 3 have been toxic, you know. So it was obviously something inside of me that kept on attracting this toxicity. So all year, and I've said in my other videos as well, all year I have been really conscious of my own actions and my own healing, even though I've been still holding on to this person who has been holding on to me. Even though I have been, you know, consciously healing to try and fix the relationship so we could get back together, in all that healing that I've done, in all the self-love that I've done, in all the chakra alignments, in all the karma that I've learned, that I've brought into this life, every single bit of my healing that I thought was going to bring this guy closer to me and we were going to be like into, you know, because I actually thought this was my twin flame. I thought this was it for me, you know. He met me at such a pivotal point in my life when I lost 2 very precious people in my life. You know, I had nobody, and this guy come in and he was my everything. All of 2020, you know. Lockdown I think sent a lot of us crazy, you know. When I was no perfect human in lockdown either, I went into that relationship with scars, with wounds, obviously grieving from what I was still going through, you know, and trying to fall in love again after 4 years after already being in an abusive relationship. Man, it was massive. 2020 was absolutely massive for me, and it brought up so much shadows. So yeah, I held responsibility for my own actions and for my own healing, and I went into 2021 this year healing, making a conscious effort to heal, to work on everything that I needed to work on my root chakra, to work on my solar plexus, to work on my confidence. And bit by bit, you know, I really have. I've covered myself in tattoos most of this year, and I'm hoping to get a lot more next year. I've put my own extensions in. I've bought myself and my kids a puppy. You know, I may have struggled through all of it, you know, and that's the thing. We think about the struggle more than we think about the accomplishments that we have actually got through. So if you've had a year that I've had, or 2 years that I've had, and you've been confused and you've been lonely, and maybe you've gone through this yourself, maybe you've gone through a soul tie and a soul connection, and you've had to work out karma yourself, and maybe you, like I, thought that this was the be all and end all, but it turned out to be the biggest lesson of your life, you know. And I really feel like that now. And instead of mourning what I've lost, I'm actually excited now for all the knowledge that I've gained from this to jump into a new year and a new me, being a better version of myself again, you know. And this is why I say, and I'll say in every single video until, you know, I take my last breath, healing, guys. Healing is the key to a happy life. It's as simple as that, you know. I've gone through bouts of depression, I've gone through bouts of anxiety, I've gone through bouts of, you know, I haven't wanted to go out the door, I haven't wanted to speak to anybody, I have taken on all the negativity that has been thrown at me, and I let it engulf me, you know, I let it control me, I let what somebody else thought of me and my worth, and because I wasn't worth committing to, and I wasn't worth not cheating on, and I wasn't worth making a priority, I then subconsciously sabotaged myself the past couple of months, really, and didn't give any of that to myself, you know. And I really have noticed that over Christmas, you know, who is there for you and who is not. You know, we've really got to be conscious and discerning when we fall in love. And it's as simple as that, whether we fall in love with our parents, whether we fall in love with our siblings, whether we fall in love with best friends, or whether it be relationships, you know. If them people don't care about your well-being, don't care about your mental health, don't care about your emotional health, put you in confusing situations, put you on silent mode, put you in a place where you don't know yourself, you don't know your next move, you don't know anything, then I'm sorry. And if everything is your fault, then I'm sorry, then you need to stop breaking your own heart and choose yourself. I'm sorry, there is no other way, you know. It's so easy. Like, I fell into the trap of, like I said, I was healing, And this guy already knew that I had wounds from, I just seen 10:01, from previous relationships due to narcissism, and I was very codependent. I think I've got anxiety, abandonment issues. So this guy would play on that massively, especially when we first lived together, especially when we first met. His thing was, right, I'm going then, and then my anxiety would kick in and it would start all over again. But because my anxiety kicked in and my wounds were like out there, because I'm very open, I am as you see it, I don't hide anything, and I've always been the same and I always will be the same. So my wounds were very open and very real and very raw, so it was always my fault. But I took that in hand. I think we've got to, as well, going back to how do we get over heartbreak, we've got to break it down like this. If we take the time to do the healing, if we take the time to make sacrifices so we become better people for the people that we love, and then people are not doing the same and not changing and not putting any effort in and still constantly deflecting the blame onto you, then stop breaking your own heart and choose yourself. I just seen 11:22. That's going to be my quote, I think, going into 2022, because this has all been heartbreaking. It really, really has, and I've had moments of hatred, I've had moments of shame, I've had moments of doubt, I've had moments of blame, I've had moments of just unbelievable depression, unbelievable anxiety, unbelievable self-loathing, but since I've come full circle, right, so how have I done it? How have I got over the heartache to the point where this guy, last going off, we didn't speak, because his thing was he would do something, it would really irritate me and I'd block him, because I've been trying to run away from this all year to be able to heal. But as you know, if anybody knows what gaslighting means, they come back as soon as you're doing better. So as soon as I was doing better, as soon as I was healing, as soon as I was putting my mind and my focus on my work and back on myself, this guy would come back and tell me how much he loved me, tell me how much he wanted to be with me, tell me it was all my fault because I blocked him, blah, 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 blah. And then he'd come in and use me all over again, which really put me in a place of second guessing myself, doubting myself, obviously isolating myself, because when I'm in a relationship, I'm loyal, and I wouldn't date. I've cheated on him, no, I wouldn't have cheated on him full stop. I would have just left like I've just done and never looked back, but for some reason there is people that like cheating, and there is people that like lying, and there is unfortunately nothing we can do to change that person as well. Sometimes we already know, I was getting signs. We don't use our intuition enough, so I was getting signs, I was getting dreams about this, I was getting just energy, and I was feeling low every time I was around him. There was, scattered energy. We don't use our signs and our chakras and our intuition and the way that our body works to pick up on these things, and we sometimes want to just escape into the fantasy of, oh yeah, he's going to change. I'm the one person in the world that is going to stop this man from cheating. I'm the one girl in the world that is never going to make him look at another girl again, even though he has been this way since forever. We need to wake up and understand that we can't change other people. We can't, people only change for themselves and if they want to, and we've got to understand and accept that, yeah, sometimes we fail, sometimes we make wrong choices, sometimes we go down the wrong road, sometimes we have things wrong, when we get things wrong, between 14, but that doesn't mean to say that we have to live in that pain, and that doesn't mean to say that we have to hold on to that and hold on to the promise that one day this person is just going to change their mind, and one day because at the end of the day, if somebody truly and utterly loves you, they will be nothing that person can't do for you. There will be no mountain too high and river too wide in that song, for them to get to you. And we have to understand and be discerning. I go back to the first point I made about effort. If this person is not making effort to make me a priority in their life, is this person is not making the effort to even empathize and understand our emotions, you know, shutting off and blocking off and coming back when they want to. That isn't healthy. That isn't healthy for you. That isn't healthy for me. That isn't healthy for anybody, because you just don't know where you are, you know, and it needs to come to a point. And I really do think this has got to do with ascension and lessons and karma that we have all had to go through, in one way or another, whether it be in relationships like I've just gone through, or in family members, or friendships. The veil is being dropped, you know, the veil is being lifted, and we can see people for who they truly are. But then it's down to us, it's our work then, that we have to be discerning and understand that if we allow these people in our lives, and if we allow people to treat us this way, then we're going to continue. I just seen 1555. We're going to continue getting treated that way, you know. We're not going to ever have better, because that is what we're accepting. So it's time to rise. It's time to rise as the feminines do, you know. And this could have happened to you masculines as well, you know, because we have masculine and feminine energy in all of us, guys, you know. But the feminine is our intuition, our feminine is our caring, our feminine is our nurturing. But yes, we do have to tap into our feminine, but we also have to tap into our masculine now and be like, do you know what, enough is enough. Yes, I am a feminine. Yes, I am sensitive. Yes, I am intuitive. But goddamn, I can look after myself, and I don't need anybody that is around me that is going to treat me with anything less than self-respect and love and attention and understanding, you know. And that is how we turn heartache into lessons, you know. And that's how we can come out of a cycle like I've just been in, and understand that, yeah, that person did mean a lot to me, and that person and all the lovely memories will be tucked away, and I'm never going to forget it. But I'm also never going to forget the way that person didn't put me first. And in the process of that, I stopped putting myself first. I just seen 17. I'm seeing double numbers everywhere. You know, we need to understand that we matter, okay? Especially once you've been in, if you have childhood wounds, so then you're going to bring that into your relationships. And I've had 3 now, like I said, 3, and each one has been harder than the other. This one was like my last lesson. And I'm glad I went through it. I really am glad. And I said this to him, you know, one day I'm going to thank you for all the pain you've put me through, because then we have to understand, like I said about, I said this a bit earlier on in here, that we don't appreciate everything that we've been through. We don't appreciate all the hard work that we've put in, you know, and we're just sitting there sometimes in this pain and in this longing for the people and in this self-loathing, you know, why couldn't I do better? Why couldn't it be better? Why is it me? Why is it me? Blah, blah, blah. But then, you know, we're going to look at the gifts that we have got and be grateful for what we have got. You know, we survived. Even if you just survived this, even if you just survived heartache, you know, even if you just survived being segregated, even if you just survived and you still stood in your truth and you didn't back down and you didn't bend and you didn't go back to your old ways, then I salute you, and you should be proud of yourself too. And that automatically stops the pain. It stops the pain inside, and you're like, you know what, yeah, I may not be where I want to be. I may not have wanted to go through what I wanted to go through, but you know what? I survived. I made it. I got through, and I'm so much stronger because of it. So now I'm going to take all these lessons and I'm going to turn them into blessings by not attracting the same type of energy in my next relationships or in my next friendships. Or I'm going to put boundaries in place with family members so they can't rile me up and trigger my emotions, because I've worked on that shit with my healing, you know. And that is what we need to do. And this is the vibe that I want us all to be in going into 2022, because guys, life is too short, you know. I spent this Christmas, like I said, so humbly so humbly. I haven't been working much because of the depression and the anxiety and everything that I've had to come to terms with this relationship, and doing Christmas on my own, you know. It's been a lot emotionally and mentally for me, so I've really just spent it with my kids and my dogs. But I was determined not to be sad about that, even though I was, you know, emotional and I was crying now and again because I was on my own. Me and the kids made a pact that we were alive and we were healthy and we were all together and we were going to be happy no matter what, you know. So we sat, yeah, Christmas Eve and a couple of nights before Christmas Eve watching films, eating chocolates, being our humble selves, you know, and not having anything expensive, not having anything, you know. I didn't have anything for Christmas. I did have a lovely present off one of my friends, Ben, shout out to you for buying me a mandala necklace. I haven't got it on now. But yeah, that's like the only thing that I had for Christmas. But you know what? I woke up on Christmas morning so happy for my kids. I didn't want nothing except for peace and happiness and just love, you know, and that's what I got. So sometimes we need to tap back in, well, all the time, I think we need to tap back into what we have still got and be grateful that we've still got it, you know. Another thing that upset me yesterday, I knocked my YouTube on and I follow quite a few readers from America on here. They're absolutely amazing. And one of the readers, I won't mention her name because I don't know her personally, you know. Her son passed away, and I won't mention how his son passed away, but you know, he's 19, and I just sobbed seeing the status, you know. This poor mum's heart is breaking right now, you know, for the loss of her baby, and I'm sat here, which I weren't, but like I could be sat here worrying about a relationship, or worrying about money, or worrying about materialistic things, when life can just be taken away from you just like that. I just seen 2144, you know. That is where we need to get to. And I'd love the narcissists, and I'd love, you know, the people that do cheat, and I'd love the people that do take risks in life, to understand that essence of life, to understand the essence of unconditional love. I just seen 22 to understand what unconditional love means, you know. And that is what I feel when I'm with the kids, and when I'm with my dogs, and when I'm just alive and being grateful for it, you know. And that is how we turn heartbreak into heart healing, you know, and feeling unconditional love for life again, you know. It hasn't got to be the end just because a relationship has ended. It hasn't got to be the end because you've walked away from a group of friends you've known all your life. It hasn't got to be the end when things end. It can just be a new beginning, literally. It can just be a new beginning. It's all up to you. You can just pick all this heartache up, and you can pick all this pain up, you can pick all these bad memories up, you can just pick them all up and literally set them free. You can set them free out into the universe. You can surrender, and you can start putting all that energy back onto the life that you want, the life that you deserve, not the life that you've just been in, and the heartache you've just been through. You do not want to drag that into a new year, you know. The universe knows who you're meant to be with, where you're meant to be, everything. But sometimes we hold on too tightly to situations. We try and control, and no matter what the universe is trying to separate us from in reality, you know, we still like, no, I can't see that person go, I don't want to. And things happen, and we get hurt until we surrender, we release, and we let go, you know. And then the universe gets a chance then to put us in the place where we do belong, you know, around the people that do belong to us, and can mend our hearts and heal us, and, you know, let us learn the lessons that we've just been through, so we can know better for the next people, you know. And then we thank the heartache. We definitely thank the heartache. Right, I'm gonna go because my dog has just chewed up a plant. Oh my goodness, having a puppy is absolutely wild. But that's another thing that's really, really helped me as well, guys, heal my heart, is my puppy and my dogs and my kids. But the animals, for me, I absolutely love animals. I love dogs. And I had a new puppy about 2 months ago. It's been hard work trying to potty train him and stop him eating all my plants. But his love and his attention, and he's a proper little mommy's boy, has really, really helped me give love to something else, you know, and have unconditional love, because animals do that, and they love you no matter what, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna go now and clean up the mess. I hope you've all had a lush Christmas, like I said, and I hope if you're a new subscriber and or you're new on this channel, please subscribe if you like this video. But yeah, this year is all going to be about, it's not going to be about I do still want to touch on protection. I do still want to touch on the narcissist and the empath paradigm. I will be talking more about kind of what I've gone through, but I mainly want to bring us up now in 2022. I want this last week, these last few days of 2021, of releasing and letting go and consciously deciding to put yourself first, because we are going to go into 2022 not bringing these lessons. You know, we're in number 6, so we've been in number 5 now, which was all conflict, chaos, change, all our karmic lessons for good. So we go into harmony and balance next year as a number 6 number. It's all about connections. It's all about bringing balance back into our lives. So I really, literally cannot wait for the new year. I'm sending you all so much love to every single heart that has been broken this year. I know how it feels, but I absolutely promise you to come out the other side and put yourself first is the most freeing feeling you will ever feel. Begin again, you know, begin again until you can't begin, until your last breath. That's what I say, because life is too short not to. Have an amazing new year, and I'll see you in 2022 with this smile and with a lot more motivation too. Namaste.